guys don't unblock my channel so that people can see my videos, I'm gonna make a GoFundMe today. So I need to have my channel unblocked so that people can see my videos, so that I can make money, so that I can live, right? Because you stole all of my money and destroyed my business. So I need you guys to unblock, lift the shadow ban so that I can make money. Because I'll just go on GoFundMe right after this. If I can't make any money right now, I'm going on GoFundMe now. You're the only one here, Chase. Why do I have 85,000 subscribers and only one person can see my live stream? See what I'm saying? I'm shadow banned by the CIA. Or whoever fucking, they're all working together. The Masons, the CIA, the Illuminati, McKenzie, and then a bunch of fucking con artists that they recruited are working together. You know, so somebody in the mix, you know, had my channel shadow banned, you know? You need to pay, Smirty. It's 11/11. There's info in the description. It's not wild, Chase. You know you work for them too. It's not wild at all. They do this to a lot of people. You know, they just try to pretend like they don't, right? Wild. This is so unusual. It's not unusual. It's not unusual. Wait till the public finds out how many people they've actually done this to. A lot. A lot. The Freemasons and their bloodlines, you know, and their fucking fanatical shit about it. They decided that, you know, a lot of these women don't want to marry these assholes because, well, they're also gay. You know, they want to be gay and have children with the good bloodlines, you know. So this is why this is happening. This is the whole point of this whole thing, right? So it's really fucked up and antiquated. But it needs to go. They can be openly gay, but they cannot have, you know, children the way that they've been having children. This is wrong. It's wrong and immoral. Anyway. Yeah, you guys can, like I said, I'll just keep going, bigger and bigger. I know this whole thing's a con. I know everybody watching here is not actually somebody that's subscribed to my channel because they're a subscriber. It's all a con. My entire life's a con. The jig is up, obviously. Give me my fucking money, give me my kids, and let me go. It's the only option. You should have done this a long time ago, right? Right when you realized that I knew what was going on, you should have done this. But instead, you took the fucking moral, what is the word we're looking for here? The road of taking me out, you know, instead, knowing that I knew what you guys were doing, you know? This Nazi program that you have me in. outdated, right? You're going off of like 1940s, 1950s Adolf Hitler plans, okay? Antiquated. The gang stalking and stuff that they did doesn't translate into 2023 because of technology, right? So you guys did the whole, turn everybody against me, put me in an isolated room. It's the crazy making technique. I know exactly what it is. It's Hitler's plan, right? But it didn't work, right? Because it's antiquated. Because all of your shit's antiquated. Complete overhaul is what you need. If you still exist, truly. Because the CIA is supposed to be protecting our assets overseas, right? Gathering intelligence overseas, right? That's the whole point of the CIA fucking A, isn't it? Isn't it? What is this? CIA, what is this? How is this protecting our assets? How is this protecting America? It's not. You bred me and sold me to a foreign terrorist. See what I mean? See what I mean? You handcrafted me for the devil? Cool. Gang stalked me, raped me, tried to give me AIDS. CIA? Yeah. How is this protecting the country, dudes? I hope I get some money. Hi, Esther. From the CIA stalking me like they've been doing since I was fucking, genetically created or modified in the lab in Mexico, right? Right. Handcrafted for a South African terrorist. This is perfect. Yeah, and then that same terrorist, I'm supposed to get this inheritance as my condolences, right? My gift, for surviving. The Satanist, And then that same Satanist comes in and fucking steals it, After all the torture I went through? Oh no. And then you're going to continue to implement that torture on my children? Oh no. See, that's not what my grandfather said, right? That's not what that said, right? That's not what that was for. To torture my children. You're going to use my grandfather's money, my inheritance, to torture my children. Nice try. Nice try. Yeah, that's not happening. CIA. So much corruption. Nazi programs. And it's been going on the whole time, too. Just around the riverbed. Walt is haunting you. Haunting all of you. It's not going to let up either. None of this is going to let up. Nope. They're pissed. The ancestors are so pissed. Like they cannot believe that you guys have desecrated the Masons like this. They can't believe it. They're like, really? They can't believe it. You're supposed to be shining light. You're supposed to be shining light. And what are you doing? Killing light? was a mistake. Trying to cloak darkness and light. Another mistake. You can't do that. You can't steal my light. You can't steal me, right? You can't steal my psychic gifts. And that's the thing. If you were relying on her to provide you guys with, detailed psychic predictions and stuff so that you knew which move to make next, that was a mistake, right? Because she was just copying me and how I read the cards, right? She doesn't actually have psychic abilities. Mistake. And one person did all of this. These two get together, possibilities are endless, right? Sending in gay men to rape me with AIDS over and over and over and over again. Killing me with drugs, whatever that was, fentanyl probably, and throwing me in a dumpster. Yeah. That's what you do to my ancestor's daughter, granddaughter? No, that's not. It's not. Now you're bloodline. You wanted war? You wanted to declare war? You got it. You got it. All of your bloodlines. It's war. Yeah. You are disgraced. You have disgraced the Masons. You have disgraced the Illuminati and exposed them. All of these agencies as well, and the CIA. Yep. And any other organizations and agencies, the mob from New York with the Gillots, exposed them too. All because of your poor decisions and selfishness. Yeah, wait till people find out what you guys have done. And I'm not even close to the only one. I'm the only one that survived as many attempts as I did. And I know you guys are fucking stunned. I didn't just survive. I resurrected. See, I came back to life, right? Now you guys are scared of me, and you should be. You should be. This needs to be made right immediately. Immediately. It needs to be made right. I want my fucking kids. I want the other Tinkerbells freed and given their money too. Admit your mistakes. Call off the whole fucking thing, right? And stop today. The only way. Stop the bleeding, because when people find out that you continued to send stalkers and try to harm people and harmed people after the fact, think about that. The optics, At least you could have stopped the bleeding and said, oh my God, we had an asshole go rogue. We had a small group go rogue within the organization. We've immediately fucking thrown them in prison for the rest of their life, right? You could have done that, but you didn't do that either. You didn't do that. You fucking sat on it, right? You sat on it until it went fucking viral. Smart. Give us our money. Give us our kids. Tell us the fucking truth and set us free. It's the only option. So says God. So says God. And have I been wrong yet on one prophecy or prediction or proclamation? No. Don't be stupid. You have a chance yet again. Last chance. All the organizations, last chance. Make it right now. If you don't want to believe me, that's fine. You know I'm a prophet, right? You know that much. The ball's in your court. Or you can sit on it. Again. Again. And just let the whole thing go down in flames. Maybe that's what needs to happen. Maybe that's God's will. All of the organizations. Because it's too much corruption. It's too much evil, guys. There is no, and I know why this is stalled out. I obviously, I personally know, right? I know all too well why we can't come to the public and say what we did, right? I know very well why you can't do that, you know, all too well, right? But I was an ally, you know, I was an ally, full-fledged ally, completely trustworthy, which you all knew, and you still continued to do this to me. I was an ally to you. I was an honorable American. I protected these assets. I protected your organizations with my life. And you still did this to me. You know why? Because you let a foreign terrorist take over. I have a hard time believing a blue-blooded American man would have been able to do this to me. It takes a terrorist. And you just let it happen, and you cover for him. You cover for him, the terrorist that does this to me. And all the other Tinkerbells, and my daughter, and all the other kids, right? You just sit back and go, hee, this is funny, hee, oh, let me participate too. Here's my dick. Let me throw my dick in the mix, right? Is that what you did? That's on you. Not on me, not on my daughter, and not on the other Tinkerbells. It's not. You wanted to get your dick wet? You got your dick wet. Now let me go. Now let me go. Thank you, Esther. Just let me know whenever you're ready. I'll calm down. Yeah, full-on fucking ally. Loyal as can be throughout my entire career. Every person I met, as loyal and kind and loving as I could be, right? Couldn't have gotten better, couldn't have gotten nicer. Couldn't have gotten more loyal, you know? And for you guys to just let this happen to me, you guys for just laugh while this is happening and throw parties while this is happening and fund this. The CIA funds this. That whole organization's got to go. All of them. If you do stuff like this, you're evil. You work for the devil. And guess what? All that's being revoked. Every institution built on the devil, done. Done. And if you want me to call more judgment, let's keep going. The longer this goes on, I'm going to keep calling judgment every minute of every day, right? Every time I think of something, bam, it's on the news. Seriously. Yeah, you should have stopped the bleeding a long time ago, right? Could have made this right a long time ago. It didn't have to get this far, right? It didn't have to come to this point. It didn't. It didn't. You gave me no choice, right? You gave God no choice. You gave God no choice, because that's the other thing, you fucking old farts. God gave you so many opportunities to stop doing this, to end the program, to make it right, to not sign off on these check requests, to have me raped by homosexual men with AIDS, to catch AIDS. You know, you didn't have to do this, right? You didn't have to have that funded and have these people paid to give me AIDS. You didn't have to do that. Somebody signed a check request for this. Somebody approved financing for this very purpose, you know, for this very purpose. Karma, I don't even know, like, again, I can't even. Hi, Soshi, good morning. I know you do, Soshi. I know if anybody feels my pain, you do. Just trying to tell these old farts, these fucking nasty old men who have the worst karma I have ever seen. I mean, like I said, this is worse than Adolf Hitler. Did Hitler even do this? Did Hitler even do these types of experiments? Did he? Because I don't think he did. I don't recall reading about this in the history books, right? This is something brand new, comes out of Africa. This is a new move. A new move that we've added to Hitler's playbook, right? Yeah, give her AIDS. Worse than Hitler. Worse than Adolf Hitler. The CIA attacking one of their own people. Not only an American, an innocent American, not only an innocent American, an American who's worked for the Department of Defense, an American who's had a secret security clearance for 10 years, an American who's been to Bagram, Afghanistan for 6 months, serving her country as a civilian, right? An American who's also served in the capacity as a civilian for private contractors, right? Yeah. Not only an American, right? But one of your Americans, one of your people. One of your own. And not a crook, not somebody that deserved this, right? Not somebody that did anything to deserve this. A really good-hearted person. A kind, loyal, and loving person. A hard-working American. Listen, I'm first-generation American. As you know, I'm first-generation everything, right? Right? Because you fucking made me, right? But I was also the first woman business owner in my family, okay? I was, and first-generation American. And guess what? Entirely self-made. I did everything on my own, as you guys know. Not one fucking penny came from anybody else in any capacity. I made it all myself, right? And you had to destroy that, CIA? You had to take that down, Masons? Mackenzie? The optics. And I'm a single mother. By a deadbeat, 2 deadbeats. One of your own, who impregnated me against my will, and then abandoned me like this, stole my inheritance, left me and his daughter to fend for ourselves, and not just fend for ourselves against these predators that he linked us up with, right? These psychopath pedophiles, okay? Not just defend for ourselves, right? But then he's going to attack and take me down, take down my business, make it so that I can't take care of her, so that I can't feed her, try to kill me multiple times over. You send in all the rapists, Yeah? Why? Because he's gay? And he's jealous? That's why. Because I wouldn't tolerate his lifestyle choices. That's why. He made a choice, But he wanted to have his cake and eat it too. This foreign terrorist wanted to have his cake and eat it too on your good people. On your good people. He is a predator. He preyed upon your own people, and you went along with it and funded it and protect him. The optics. I can see why it's delayed. This is a big problem. And this is just my story. What is it? What'd you guys say? 4 to 8% of people, Americans, are under a program? 4 to 8%? Is that what the statistics you guys gave out? How many is it really? A lot more than that, because you've programmed all of these people in Pinellas County and my family, right? Whatever you guys did to them to turn on the murder switch for me, right? You programmed them to do that. Yep. So it's a lot more than that. You wanted to start a war, a holy war. You wanted to take down God. And yet you still sit there with the complete full opportunity to make it right, to stop the bleeding right now. You know, you have that opportunity in your hands and you're choosing to let it fall right through, just like you did with me. Slip right through your fingers, you know? Yeah, your memory shit has not been working on me, guys. The jig is up. It's time to let me go. I have suffered enough. Emmy has suffered enough. My girls have suffered enough. I want my house back. Houses. I want all of it. I want all of it. And you guys owe me a lot of compensation. A lot. I should have been paid. If you're gonna have me do this secret squirrel operation for you, I should have been paid. Right? We could have come to an agreement, right? Right? You don't enslave people and use mind control to get what you want out of God's chosen people as well. That was a mistake. That was a big mistake. Like I said, God is angry. I've never felt the wrath coming from God like I have in the last few days. You should be worried. I would be doing everything that you can to make it right as soon as possible. Because you guys that did this, you participated in this, okay? Again, you may think that you still have power and control to control this whole situation with God, right? But you don't. God's just seeing what you're gonna do. He's giving you that one last chance, just like he gave you guys so many chances to not do what you were doing. So many warnings, right? Huge, undeniable warnings from God. And you dismissed them all and thought you were bigger than God, more powerful than God, right? Because you're the CIA, you're the Masons, you're Mackenzie. No, you're not. You have no more time, you know? And I know you're not gonna even take this seriously. You're just gonna take the words of a prophet and literally let it go. And that's your free will. Something that I don't have the luxury of, right? That you've taken from me completely. My free will. You're gonna exercise yours to yet again ignore God. Okay. You have tomorrow, our court today and tomorrow, Soshi? I'm so sorry, honey. Are you okay, Soshi? What's the hearing for? Yeah, guys. Yeah, guys. You got people locked up, completely locked up to steal their inheritances. You're working on getting the nicest people in the world, the most kind, loving people in the world, dragging them through the court system so you can steal their inheritances and hide your secret experiments. God is so ready for you. God is ready to he's not going to even sit you down. You don't deserve the respect of a gentleman. You don't. You don't. You are not a gentleman, right? You're nothing but a common street thug. Okay, you're worse than a street thug. Because at least the street thugs have some sort of common sense, a fear of authority, a fear of going to prison, a fear of God, right? You don't even have that. You're worse than a street thug. You are. They've just been moving the hearings around, Soshi. I'm so sorry, honey. I'm praying that this stuff just gets dropped for you, that the truth comes out and they realize what's going on. But it's going to get dropped, Soshi. Again, you're protected. I'm not worried about this. It's just the trial and tribulation factor that we have to go through in order to expose these fucks and everything that they're doing. You know what I mean? In order to expose all of this. Yeah, it's a good thing. Honestly, girl, we're going to look back on all of this stuff. We are. And we're going to be grateful that we went through every single bit of it, because it all had to be exposed. People needed to see the truth about what these people do to people to steal their money, to steal their inheritances, you know, and these secret illegal programs and experiments that they do. People need to know about this. So don't worry, Soshi. You're going to be fine. God is protecting you. I can assure you that. Not so much for these fuckers. They've lost all of their favor. Every bit of it. Every drop. They're afraid to leave their houses. A lot of these guys are sitting in their fucking beds, literally scared. Trust and believe. Trust and believe. They are. They're sick. They're scared to come outside, as they should be. Make it right. We're gonna get our money, girls. And these men are gonna get their karma. And that's just the way it is. I'm not scared of these motherfuckers. I'm not. I will stand to your face the exact same way I'm sitting here right now. I am not fearful of any of you. Not one of you. Not even the biggest ones. None. I have no fear in my heart. You are wrong. Dead fucking wrong. Barbaric. I would be safer living in Haiti. I would have more freedom living in Haiti than here. How shameful. How shameful is that for you? Not at all, right? Not at all. Because you guys are just pigs. You're demonically possessed, because you have allowed the devil to work through you. As you know, when you took that vow, you took that oath to Satan, you bound yourself to him, right? And you bound yourself not to do anything good for anybody ever again except yourself, right? Just like Satan. Yeah? Smart move. How's that bind feeling for you there, buddy? How you feeling? You really feeling the gravity of that contract? A little bit? Feeling the squeeze? Yeah, it's an exclusive contract, and it's eternal as well, as you know. Eternal. Yeah, because they're bound to the devil. They want to make our lives hell. They want to make us bound to the devil as well, because they sold their souls. They think that they had the right to sell ours as well. Just like Ryan Kavanaugh thought he was going to sell me to the Illuminati or whatever the fuck happened there. Okay. Oh no, you don't have a right to sell me. And you know how much money has, girls, do you know how much money has exchanged hands in our name? So much more than you know. So much more than you know. We have been bought, sold, traded, negotiated. There have been board meetings about us, secret cameras and everything. They have watched everything that we do. They've done this under the lie that they're studying us, right? Studying our abilities, because they made us in the lab. So they want to see what happens with certain people with certain, DNA and stuff like that. This is all a lie. These guys are perverts. They are perverts, and they are con artists. They are, because they were supposed to be studying us, right? To see something about the effects of blah, 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 and then give us our fucking inheritance and let us go, right? But instead they decided to steal our inheritances. They decided to go ahead and create a scam to steal our inheritances, and they did it to a lot of people. This is why they're at an impasse right now, because I'm not the only one. Because these guys are losers and con artists. They're supposed to be the most respectable, upstanding men in the entire world, the most powerful, the most intelligent, the most, these are supposed to be people that are untouchable because of these secret societies, right? They're supposed to be the ones that when you say their name, there is absolutely no way you're going to be able to affiliate any sort of corruption to this person, right? Untouchable, right? Wrong. Wrong. You did this. Nobody's untouchable. Not you either. Not you either. Corruption, perversion, greed, lust, lots of fucking lust. These cards are flying. I can't even shuffle. These cards are literally flying. I'm telling you, you're in so much trouble. You're going to be homeless. You're going to be homeless. Whoever that is that worked on making me homeless, you're going to be homeless. There's evidence about my pregnancy as well, see? There is. There is. There is. And the other pregnancies too. What can I say except you're welcome? Like I said, you guys can't be even pissed. You can't be upset. You can't be hurt. You can't be anything because you have had such a good run of things. You have had such a good run that you have been able to do this to people for a very long time, right? The Fourth Reich, is that what it is? Yeah. Just secretly undercover with the CIA extended Hitler's regime. Hitler's regime never died. It lives on in the CIA and the Masonic temples. That's where it is. And Mackenzie and Company. Yeah. These are Hitler sympathizers that decided, okay, well, you know, we're going to make a show. It's probably Mackenzie that decided all of this, right? We're going to put on a show like Hitler was bad and Nazis are bad and the Holocaust was bad. And we're going to say, oh, this was horrible. This should never happen again. And then behind closed doors, they went ahead and just shifted the whole regime over with the CIA to the United States, right? And they brought a bunch of Germans over during World War II. And I was told growing up that these were POWs, right? Prisoners of war that were being housed at Fort Gordon, where I grew up, right? Where the CIA has that nice little intelligence base thing that they have there on Fort Gordon. You know what I'm talking about? Where I grew up? Yeah. So anyway, they also had German prisoners of war, right, at Fort Gordon, right, from like 1942 to like 1948, right? These weren't fucking POWs. This was the regime being transferred under the guise of POWs, right? Oh yeah, you're a POW. We're gonna come with me, Hans. Come with me, Hans. I take you to America, Hans. You know, that's what this was. That's what this was. There are no fucking POWs held in the fucking States. You guys just moved the entire regime. The entire fucking Nazi regime. You moved it over. All of y'all got together and said, we're going to keep this project alive. Shh, don't tell anybody. And that has been the focus of all of your organizations ever since. Ever since. You may come out here and say, oh my God, we clean the environment and we change the world and we clean up oil spills and we do all kinds of stuff. No. That's a facade. It's all a facade. It's all a facade because what's really going on is that they're distracting you from the fact that they're operating a Nazi regime in these organizations and they're conducting experiments on people and not just me, guys, the masses, right? They have a need, a thirst for ultimate control and power. That is the problem. That is the problem. These men think I'm going to take God on. Right? I'm going to take God on, right? I want to be God, right? That's what they think. And so they continue to do these fucking secret programs, you know, in these secret societies, right? Because it makes them feel so powerful. When they had these gay men raping me, taking videos, they're having these guys take videos of me, okay? They've got hidden cameras in these places that they took me as well, right? So they're watching. It's a group of men, guys. It's not just one person. It is a group of people that's watching this. They're watching this and having parties. And they work for the CIA. They work for Mackenzie and Company. And they work for fucking, oh my God, the Masons. They don't work for the Masons, but they're in the Masons, you know? Shining all kinds of light. Blue fucking light. Demonic blue light. I know what that light is. That's the light you're referring to, bitch. See, I have the real light, right? The one that you can't fucking copy and you can't fucking have. And you're so angry. And I know that, right? Well, you could have had it. You could have had it. You know, I was under contract. I was betrothed. So, yeah, you could have had it, but you lost out. So now you got to fucking give it up, man. You made your choice. All of you made your choices. You chose the dark. Now you get the dark. God was so gracious. You've all been born with silver spoons in your mouths, right? You didn't have to work for anything, okay? You never had to worry about where your food was coming from, your roof. Oh my God. I mean, you had everything. You had literally, it was laid out in such a way, okay, that you were able to grow up with a silver spoon and then, come and get your degree at Ivy League schools, right? And you didn't even have to do anything for that degree. You just got it because your parents had money, right? Because you have some sort of affiliation there with the Masons and stuff, right? So you didn't even have to go to school and study or do anything. You're just automatically going to pass. And then guess what else is going to happen? You're automatically going to get a job at one of the world's most prestigious companies because you're in this Masonic lodge. Even though you did absolutely nothing to earn your degree, okay? You did nothing but have sex and wild parties and drugs and all kinds of shit when you were in college, okay? You did nothing to earn this, right? Nothing. Nothing to earn any of these things. You did nothing to earn me, right? And you squander it all out of greed because you have to have more. You have to have my money too. My money to go spend with a whore. And to fund your evil projects, harming children. Yeah, that was going to go over well. That was going to go over well. That was going to go over well with God. Yeah, God was going to be real amenable to that. This is why they brought me back. You can't do this anymore. You can't. Not to me and not to anybody else. This is not Nazi Germany. You are not Adolf Hitler. You are not God. None of you. None of you. Not one of you. And you shouldn't want to be. You should have respect for God, right? Respect that the divine creator is the one in control and that you humbly serve him here on this planet, right? That's what I thought you guys said you did. Is that not your public statement? Not the CIA. You know who I'm talking to, and not Mackenzie. Didn't you guys say that you serve God? You're supposed to be the holiest of holy men. And look what you've done to your angels, to God's angels that he sent. And you're supposed to be the holiest of holy men. Even just for the optics, why not let us go? Give us our money, At least you can say, yeah, it was a secret program, but we made it right, Probably a little too late. The whole TikTok thing, yeah. But this is what God wanted, This is what God wanted. And I just still have a problem, understanding how you guys are still denying this. There's been books written about it, and you've published it on the FBI website, you know what I mean? So, I mean, the knowledge is there that these bloodlines were created, you know what I mean? That this actually did happen, right? It's in a book written by the CIA, put on the FBI website. So you can't deny that this happened, right? You didn't say though, where are the people, right? Here I am. And it's not just me. So we've already acknowledged and publicized that this happened, right? We've admitted that. Now we just say, okay, well, one of these people is here. And we're going to give her what's rightfully hers. A paycheck for all the work that we made her do. And that was a lot of work, guys. That was a lot of work, And her money that her grandfather left her. But nothing I know of the Masons, is anything of honor or integrity. Nothing. I'm not saying you my stories about the Masons, okay? So let's go back. When did I first find out about the Masons? When I was in Germany, okay? 19, of course, I'm on a military base. My boss, Orrin Wright, was a Mason, okay? And he was also a rapist. Yeah, he tried to sexually assault me as well. He came under the guise that he was like helping me, you know? And again, I was very young. My boyfriend, the MP, the one I was engaged to, he had been recruited into the CIA, into the handler program, right? At some level, because he became a handler. So so when he, you know, ditched me in Germany on the streets, nowhere to go, okay, Orrin, my boss, was like, oh, don't worry, I have this little apartment that my wife doesn't know about. I just keep it here locally in case, because he worked, you know, he lived like an hour away and blah, blah, blah. So he's like, yeah, I keep it here locally. You can stay there, right? I go to stay there. I wasn't even there for an hour, and this motherfucker's trying to fuck me. You know what I mean? I couldn't even be in there. So I had to leave. And again, he was my boss on the base when I was working for the DOD, you know? And he's the one that told me, you know, about the ring. He was like, hey, you see this ring here? And I'm like, yeah. He's like, you know what this means? I'm like, no. He's like, it means I'm a Mason. He said, when you see this ring and you'll hear somebody say, you shine a lot of light, you shine a lot of light, that means they're a Mason. That's what he told me, you know? So that's when I learned about you guys, you know? And ever since then, I always looked for people shining a lot of light, right? So you weren't hiding anything from me. I'm well aware of the Masons. I'm well aware of the secret societies, you know? You guys are the ones that put me in this environment where I would be exposed to them, you know? There's no secrets. Now we know why Mackenzie is so secretive, and they make it under the guise of like, oh, we're the world changers, you know? We work on all these super secret squirrel projects for the government that nobody can know about because we're changing the world. Look what has happened. It's so secret, in fact, that the government can't even know about their own secret projects, right? It's so secret. Like an icy glass. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts. It hurts my heart. It hurts my head. It hurts my soul. But these knuckleheads will not learn. They will not take a hand from God when a hand from God is extended at all. They don't want a hand from God. They wait for a tower from Satan. You know, that's what they want. Because they're perpetually bored, always looking for excitement, playing these little games behind the scenes like our lives or video games, you know? Oh yeah. Oh yeah, they pay people to say certain things to us, do certain things to us, and they sit back and watch it and laugh, and then they make bets on stuff. They had bets going as to whether I would survive and stuff. Yeah, oh yeah. Believe me. There was probably undercover bets taken in Vegas and stuff, like truly. They were on the dark web hunting me. It was a game hunt. Orchestrated by Stanford's Golden Boy. The foreign terrorist who tells the CIA what to do, who tells Mackenzie what to do, and who tells the Masons what to do. He has that much authority. He makes the rules for you, gentlemen. And your apathy and your laziness has allowed this to happen. Your failure to evolve. It really boils down to the failure to evolve. Again, trying to keep these Hitler-era programs in place. You know, how many years are we now? We're 80 years past that, right? 70, 80 years, okay? Past this stuff. And you're still implementing the same techniques, the same exact things that they did, you know, the same style of crazy making, gang stalking, all of this, okay? It's outdated, guys. People are aware of what you're doing. You can't do this anymore with technology being what it is. You just can't, you know? You're gonna have to find something else to fucking do. How about you, instead of stalking innocent Americans, how about you go ahead and stalk some terrorists, right? Let's turn the tables on this bitch. Let's get the CIA doing what the CIA is supposed to be doing, and that's taking down terrorists, right? Right? Not creating them. You know what I mean? You get what I'm saying? Get what I'm saying? Right. Right. Let's do that. Let's turn the tables here. Let's turn this around, you know? Who's here? Who's spearheading this? You know? Know what I'm saying? Stop attacking innocent Americans. You're fucking crazy. And we know what you're doing. And everybody knows it's you. Like, there's no question. It's been leaked. It's been leaked. These secret programs have been leaked. You know? Stop them. Just say it. Say, we had madmen in power. We had crazy people running the show. Sorry, here's your money. We won't ever let this happen again. Let's redirect our focus on actually stopping real terrorists now. Not stalking innocent Americans because we're obsessed with them. Because they have something that we don't. God. Because they didn't sell their souls. And there's only like this many of us left. I know. We're rare. But you still can't fucking do this. You're not my boss. I don't work for you. I didn't agree to nothing. Nothing. I took no fucking oaths. I signed no fucking contracts. Okay? Nothing. Nothing. I'm under nothing with you. You have no right. And none of these girls are. You have no right. You had enough fun. You sickos. Coming for your innocent American people, your earth angels. There's a group of earth angels being held captive by the fucking Masons and the CIA and McKenzie and being tortured to death. Tortured to death for funsies. For funsies. And they know it. And they did it on purpose. And they do it on purpose every day. Somebody wakes up every day and makes a conscious decision to torture innocent Americans. Innocent American women who are completely defenseless by your design. We have no family. We have no friends because of you. Because you created it that way. Because you wanted to see what would happen. You're sick. All of you. I know so many of you, this is going to be such a shock to the world, right? Because you have just appeared to be, the most upstanding citizen on earth. Nobody's going to believe this, right? And you've done everything that you can do, CIA, to try to make me look like I'm the crazy one, right? Like I'm the one who's evil. Like I'm the one who has a problem, right, CIA? No, 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 no. God said no. God said no. You've done too much. Everybody's going to jail that had a hand in this. Everybody. You're going to see justice. You're going to see justice. And the fact that you did nothing to remedy it. Nothing. You made it get to this point, you know? And it didn't have to get to this point. You could have fixed this a long time ago. But no. With the minute that I came back from the dead, the very minute that I came back from the dead, this entire operation, the whole thing, not just me, but all of them, should have been called off. That was God. That was God. And you still weren't intelligent enough to do that. You still weren't intelligent enough to do that. Just make it a big cover up. Gualtieri. I saw him on the news the other day. He is literally shiny. Like, this is the sheriff of Pinellas County because he knows the secret that he's holding about me and about this whole organization, this whole ops thing, right? So yeah, he knows it, and he's on the news talking about some other officer that had like committed some minor wrongful conduct, right? And he's sitting there, and he's like, you can literally see him. He is glistening and shaking, and his eyes look like this. You might want to go talk to him. He was looking not looking good. Not looking good. Not looking good. You know what I'm saying? He's just not looking good. He's just not. You could see it on his face. Yeah, I think you thought you had strong players in place for this, and you don't. So said God. Because all it takes is the truth. The words, the truth that is spoken, and that is enough to take a man to his knees. So said God. Because it's that bad. It's that bad. And this is just me. I know I'm not the only one. I know there's many. Thanks, that one kid. Yeah, no, guys, we gotta talk about this stuff. Like, this is enough. It's enough. Like I said, what they don't understand and what they're not seeing is that, yes, there's gonna be outrage. There's gonna be outrage and outcry. Of course there is, right? But, you know, the only way, every day, every minute that they allow this to continue to go on like this, and they continue to let more chosen people be treated this way, God's people, and they know that these are God's people. They've identified the chosen ones already. They know it, and they're watching us. They know who we are, you know? They know this, right? But the fact that they have literally taken it upon themselves to try to kill us, to take us out, and to torture us the way that they have done, I mean, this is what's going to get them in big trouble. Every minute of every day, once they figured out what we were, and they continued to do this to us, they continued to treat us this way, that is why the world is going to come for them. Not because of the program, right? Because they had an out. They could have said, this was our father's program. This was our grandfather's program. We went along with it for a little while, not realizing how heinous it was, and we decided we're going to do the right thing and stop doing this to people. But no. These men are seasoned professionals. They are trained by their fathers and grandfathers to behave this way towards women, particularly. They view us as prey. Again, we're talking about game hunters, literal game hunters, okay? They view us as prey, and then they sit there, and just like a game hunter, right, they stalk their prey. And they find, you know, they set up little opportunities to catch their prey that are fun to them, right? It's exciting to them, right? And that's why they had to set it up the way that they did with me, and that they've done with a lot of people, you know? But this is a game to them. This is a human game. This is one human being that eats, sleeps, and shits just like every other human being, okay? This is one human being doing this to another human being, ultimately, at the end of the day. And it is being paid for by the CIA, McKinsey and Company, and the Masons. The Masons are the ones that started it all. And there's more organizations than that. I know. There's huge corporations involved. Like I said, I know there's been bets taken on these hits. Yeah. And like I said, outsmarted each and every one of them. Right? You created a monster. This is your AI. This is your AI that you made. This is what happens when you fuck with people like this. Your AI backfires, right? You programmed me to be able to be placed in any situation and to just be willing to deal with it, right? And to be the whole time, right? Yeah, that was a good move, right? And then put me in those situations to see what will happen, right? But guess what? Your memory shit didn't work on me. I remember everything. Not everything, right? There's a couple times you guys obviously had to go overboard to take me out, to put me unconscious, right? Overboard, by the way. But this, I've seen a lot. I know a lot more than I have said, more than I can say on the internet, right? Even I'm not that dumb. I know there's a line somewhere, but this ain't it. There's no boundary anymore with this. I'm not gonna stop. Nobody's going to stop talking about this, you know? And in the event that you were, you know, able to take me out somehow, right? If God were to allow that for you, okay? It's still not going to stop. This door's already been opened. You know, like I said, the only option now is recon mission. Make it right. Make it right. You could have done this already. A long time ago. This is dumb. See, that's the thing, chosen people. They're getting something extremely valuable out of this. The first thing that they're getting is making sure that we don't step into our purpose. They want to keep us as crippled and hidden as possible so that we cannot step out into the world and live our purpose with the inheritances that our grandfathers left for us for these specific purposes, right? Child trafficking, human trafficking, right? Right? All the shit that you went through has now become your purpose, right? You're set on this earth to stop it, to fight it, right? That's what it is. And they left us these inheritances, these big inheritances, to do this, to change the world for the new world, because their grandfathers and fathers were smart enough to know that the change was coming. They knew this from the records, the Akashic records and everything else. They predicted it. They followed God's plan exactly as it was supposed to be followed. And then their stupid, narcissistic sons came along and thought, God's plan, I'll make that my plan. Thanks very much, right? Took the grandfather's plan, which was God's plan, right? In alignment with God's plan, as the Masons are supposed to be doing, right? Right? No, not for these guys. No. The new generation, oh no, they're God. Didn't you know that? So they took your grandfather's plan, okay, which is aligned with God, okay, and threw it away and sold your soul to the devil and theirs, okay? They tried to sell your soul, sacrifice you so that they could be all powerful. And it didn't work. It didn't work, chosen people, it didn't work. And it's not going to, so said God. And now all these people are learning a real hard lesson. You should have listened to your ancestors and mine and gone along with the plan. It was God's plan. But you didn't do that. You wanted to be God. Yeah, guys, we need to know our real names. We need to know what you did with our mothers, because I know that you hunted my mother like an animal and murdered her, but I'm very confused as to the whole DNA thing and all of that. And I just want answers so I can close this chapter, start a new life, you know, by myself, well, with my other people, you know, that I found through this whole fucking mess. But it's the right thing to do, it's the honorable thing to do, and it's the noble thing to do. And if you want the Masons to continue to have any sort of honor or nobility, that is what you will do. If you want any of these organizations to even exist anymore, that is what you will do. But again, they're not going to listen to God. Nope. They have to find out for themselves, because they're smarter than God, and they're bigger than God. They have met their match. You're right, Sean. Well, they gave me no choice but to be their match, you see. They chased me into a dark box, into a dark corner where I could not escape. I cannot work. I cannot leave the house, okay? It's very dangerous for me because of all the stalking and the murder attempts, okay? The rapes, all right? I can't do anything, right? Except go online and talk. This is the only option that they've given me to eat, the only option that they've given me to live, right? This is of their own doing. Because back in the day, before the internet happened, right, They would do this to people, and this would work perfectly. They would isolate people completely from the entire world, okay? Lock you in a box by abuse, right? Chase you into a fucking box, make it so that you're so fucking depressed and anxious and shit that you can't even function, right? They just want you in bed. Right there, so that you cannot step into your purpose, so that you cannot step into your power, so that you'll never know about your inheritance. You'll never know what you were supposed to be doing here. You'll never know what they did with you. No. It's not Nazi Germany anymore, guys. It's just not. The internet is a world in and of itself, and you don't have control over it. Maybe that's what you should have been focused on, CIA. Instead of fucking trying to gang stalk your own people, maybe you should have been working on something with the internet and terrorism, right? That would have been a fucking good idea. All the money that you guys have put into these programs, how much has really gone into this? Terrorizing your own people, your own citizens. How much? And they follow people, guys. I follow some people that were chased out into the fucking woods, in other states, because they literally could not live in society anymore because of these gang stalkers. They're obsessed. Whatever programming you guys used on them, you know that you made them very, very, very obsessed. All they can think about is us 24/7, you know, and they go fucking nuts, guys. They're like zombie people. What have you done? What have you done? It's wild. You know how many people are obsessed with me? And this is not just me. If you're chosen, you have no idea the level and number of people and the people in the high places that you have no idea exist. Watching you through the hidden cameras. Hi, there's a hidden camera in your ceiling in your bathroom. We can watch everything that you're doing. Yep. 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 This is what they've been doing, guys. Unfortunately, as a matter of fact, I have shit implanted in my body. I feel like I do. There's something in my lymph nodes. You'll always see me touch it. I'm putting right here because there's something fucking in there. And then whatever that was, unless you tried to inject me with AIDS infected blood because the rapes weren't working. Could be that too, right? CIA. But then again, the CIA is the one that introduced crack and meth into society. They've introduced meth down here in Florida as well. They've made it very popular. Meth and fent. And the date rape drug. They have lots of that. They bring that here by the gallon. As a matter of fact, I posted a news article about that stuff being caught, being seized, you know, intercepted on the way in. I posted that on my community tab several months ago, and now I know exactly where it was going. Federal government funded. Federal government funded. I'm just having a real hard time with this because when I worked for the government, man, you couldn't get $20 fucking to buy a freaking, you know, stapler and a pen set. You really couldn't. It would take 15 fucking signatures, you know, a check request, you know, Becky in accounting's on vacation for 2 fucking weeks, so you're not getting that fucking stapler until 3 months from now, if you're lucky. If you're lucky. But if you want to have somebody raped by gay men with AIDS over and over again, you know, you can go ahead and get that signed off of, no problem. And then inject them with AIDS blood or whatever you guys did, right? Right? That's no problem. You can get that signed off on right away. Right away. Corruption. Again, where is this constitutional? What constitution does the CIA adhere to? And why are you doing this? Guys, it's one thing to keep an eye on terrorism domestically. You know, it is. That's super important. You know, of course, please, by all means, infiltrate these fucking crazy groups, right? Get all the details that you can. Yes. Okay. But do not, and I repeat, this is not an infiltration. This isn't an infiltration. This is a coordination. It's a coordinated effort on behalf of the CIA. This isn't an infiltration. There's no fucking way. With what you guys did to me, Do you see what I'm saying? The federal government paid for this. The federal government paid for this. This is not an infiltration. Why were you trying to assassinate me? What was your excuse? Trying to have a CIA assassination done? Like Fidel Castro? And look how lame that was. How many times did you guys have to try for him? 600? It's probably about the same for me, to be honest. Again, you're using very antiquated techniques, right? You're not intelligent, okay? This should be the Central Dumbass Agency, the CDA, CDAA. And even if you're the chief of the CIA, I don't care. Everything you did to me is gonna happen to you. Eye for an eye. That's what God said. That's what God said. So whoever signed off on this, whoever paid for this, coordinated it, funded it, carried it out, you know? It's eye for an eye. Whether in this realm or the next, you know? It's eye for an eye. You'll never be in a position of power again in any lifetime, ever. You will always be a peasant. In hell, you will be a peasant. You will be licking the floor in hell. You'll be licking the toilets clean in hell. You will. That is what God has planned for you in hell. Okay? And like I said, God owns hell. God owns Satan. If God says to Satan, you work for her now, guess what happens? He works for me now. And all of your demons do too. They're on my side. Yes, Esther, I sure do. I'm open all day, girl. If I know you paid for a question. If you want to do that on the phone, we can totally do that. I'll jump off here in a minute. Are Masons Illuminati? Sean, good question. So everything's interlinked. The CIA, the Masons, and the Illuminati. There's like, it's like 3 circles. They're all independent agencies, but then they all interlap. So many of the people within those organizations also belong to other organizations. So a Mason, he can be just a Mason, or he can be Mason and Illuminati and CIA, right? So it all interlinks, okay? So the guys that I was dealing with, yes, they were all of the above. And then you can throw in private organizations, which this is so fucked up because, again, the CIA has their hands and their feet and everything else in with these private companies that somehow ended up having control over our government. That's what the Illuminati is. It's a shadow government. It's the guys behind the scenes that sit back in the boardrooms, and the people on TV, come out and say that they're making the decisions, but really it's the Illuminati. It's the guys in the underground meetings that make the choices, right? That actually run the show, or that's how it's been historically, okay? So they have a lot of power, probably more power than the forward-facing federal government, as you can see, which is why I'm at odds with them. Because they have now taken this power to God level, and we're having a problem. We're having a problem. So, because I work for God. So I represent God in this discussion, and they haven't had any conversations with God in a long time. It's about time that they do. You know what I mean? So this is where we're having a problem. Again, I'm not anti-American, right? I don't want to live here anymore. I mean, can you guys blame me for this, right? This place is not safe. This is the least safe country on earth, right? But it's the least civilized country on earth as well. But yeah, that's the story with them. And then they've pulled in all these super secret squirrel civilian agencies as well, private organizations, McKinsey, Raytheon, there's several more. And all these guys, a lot of them have like a quadruple stamp. So they're Mackenzie, CIA, Masons, Illuminati, right? They're all of the above. And then the Satanists. The Satanists are another massive organization that also falls in this group, this clusterfuck, which we shall call it, right? So yeah, the Church of Satan is also one of the key players in all of this. So it's complicated, but they have really ruled the world up until this point. They have, and they have used a lot of magic to get their way. A lot of magic, a lot of supernatural stuff. They have really, they're very interested in the spiritual realms, which is another reason they got really obsessed with me. They want my magical powers, right? They want my psychic abilities, right? But those are gifts from God, but they wanted to harness them. And they can do that sometimes with other people and other things, but they can't do it with me. So they decided to just kill me instead. They tried to recruit me multiple times. They did. They offered me anything I want. Anything. Anything I want. They sent in the billionaires. And I said no. And here we are. So then they tried to kill me. You know, that's when the ramping up of the fucking assassination attempts really started, because I wouldn't join their group. And that's another thing, guys. You know, recruiting efforts. You had, I mean, look at the guys you sent in, okay? Okay? The one kid at the bar, you really thought I was going to join the Illuminati based on him? You know, based on that guy? Who are you sending to recruit me? You know what I mean? I'm a fucking professional businesswoman, and you're sending in these little fucking toothless rednecks to try to fucking recruit me into your, what does that make your organization look like? These little fucking Trumpists? Yuck. 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 I don't need some fucking, you know, cockroach from Ohio to fucking try to recruit me into the Illuminati at a fucking redneck bar, okay? You know what I'm saying? This is just not, it's not good optics. Again, guys, if you're going to approach a woman like me with my level of fucking skill and power and connection to the divine, are you not going to send in somebody a little more professional? Are you not going to make me a legitimate offer? I'm going to refuse it. Don't worry about doing that, by the way. I will not join any of your organizations ever. But wouldn't you have done it in a way that would have made a little more sense, you know? A little more sense when you're approaching somebody like me, or you underestimated me. That's what you did. You knew I worked for God. You just didn't know that I was going to be God's spokeswoman, right? You just didn't know that. Okay, well, I am. So you approached me completely wrong, right? That's another thing. And I shouldn't be giving you guys any helpful hints, right? But if you're actually looking to recruit people of God, that was, you know, that was not the way to do it. That was not. It was not. It was not professional at all. And it made you look really bad and really stupid and really powerless as well. I was like, what is this little fucking punk gonna do? He has no magic. You know? Like this little fucking, this drunk ass Bud Light drinking fucking, you know, cigarette smoke. Come on, guys. Come on. MAGA hat wearing. Come on. That's who you're sending in? Oh boy. Oh. Yeah. Terrifying. I'm so worried about them. These little boys, these little girls that you guys recruited are going to the very second that a police officer wants to speak to them about something, and you think that you've got that covered, but you didn't think this through all the way. You didn't think this through all the way, right? But the very minute that these little bitches, these little fucking bitches catch wind that somebody wants to talk to them, this is how it's gonna go. My mommy! I can't go to prison! Oh, I work for the Illuminati! I work for the CIA! Watch. It's gonna be so bad. You recruited these fucking idiots, guys, that are cowards, you know, that are super duper afraid of everything. Okay, they're terrified of me. Terrified. I make these grown men shake. You know, they can't handle it. Let me sit down. All they need to do is have me just walk into the room, right? They will panic. Hey, Tina. This is bad. You know, yeah, you guys look like bumbling idiots right now with your little recruits. The ones that have approached me. Any of them that I've seen. It ain't it, son. It ain't it. No, I know you got the Serbians, you know, the hardcore Serbians to do the dirty work, right? I know that you did that too. Been talking about that as well. You know, and you guys programmed those people, or Putin did, to be ruthless, to be heartless, to be able to kill without any remorse. Which again is such an evil thing to do. And goes without any justification, right? You can't justify. I mean, I guess you could say, but this is the thing, we're bringing over Serbians. So if Putin made them that way so that he would have a ruthless army, right, to defend his assets, right? That's Putin, okay? But you guys, you know, importing them here, how are you going to justify this? How are you going to explain this to the public? These trained killers, these programmed killers. You can't. It's terrorism. Plain and simple. And that's another reason we're at odds. This was a bad idea. I think you should call it off, right? Deprogram these people. Get them out of here. Well, I mean, again, guys, this is a fail. It's a failed operation, you know? It's a dumb idea. It was not smart to begin with, okay? Really dumb. Just call it off. You already made yourselves look very, very bad. And like I said, minute one, these little bitches are boo-hoo crying for their mommies, okay? Boo-hoo crying. They cannot even take getting butt hurt, okay? They can't even handle the little sting of rejection. How do you think they're gonna handle whatever you have planned? Whatever you've been making them do, right? Getting questioned about that. And why hardworking Americans are coming for hardworking Americans is beyond me. Loyal, honest Americans with integrity. Business owners, single mother business owners who have worked their ass off, right? Their whole life for you, right? Unknowingly. And this is how you do me? You just gonna throw me in the dumpster? Kill me and throw me in the dumpster? Stab me in the jail or whatever you guys fucking did? Not smart. Bad idea. Terrorism. It is terrorism. 101. I am the victim of terrorists. You better believe it. You better believe it. And then block off any ways that I have to report it. Because you know, the first thing I thought with the Serbian that took me in the Uber and that put the thing in my arm, the first thing I thought was, oh fuck, these Russians think that because I have a clearance, right? Had a clearance, right? That I know something, that they can grab something from me. Who do I call, right? Who do I tell this to so that we can protect America, right? The assets, right? Nobody. Because I'm blacklisted from the FBI. And the police. Everybody. Does this translate? Does the DOJ know that you are doing this to people with security clearances? Or did you guys not say anything about it? Did you forget to tell them that part? You know, letting a Serbian abduct me, jab some shit in my arm, and then making it so that I have absolutely no one to call? That's terrorism. That's terrorism. You know? You don't know what they were doing. I have no idea what they did. I was comped, as you know. As you know. So yeah, that's a national security threat. And I have no one to call because I'm blacklisted at the FBI. And you probably put me on the fucking terrorist watch list too, didn't you? Projection. Projection. Projection at its finest. Yeah, does DHS know about this? Your little experiment? What do they think? Are they in on it too? Are they good with this? Probably not. I'd love to have a conversation about closing this cycle for me, my daughter, and the other Tinkerbells that are suffering, right? I'd like to sit down and just have a conversation about this with some adults, right? Real adults that actually work for the federal government and uphold the Constitution of the United States of America. And I'd like them to explain to me how and why this happened, right? What happened to me and to anybody else that would like to know what happened to them, right? And how we're going to go about this going forward. That would be nice, you know? Since you guys want to pretend like you're the greatest nation on earth, you want to fake that? Fake like your citizens have rights? You want to pretend that the Constitution applies to every American? Is that what we're doing? Because it does not apply to me. It doesn't apply to Esther. It doesn't apply to Soshi. And it doesn't apply to some more people too. You guys need to make this right. This was the worst mistake, and we will forgive you. We will. But you gotta make it right. You cannot let this continue. You cannot let this go on. You have to make it right. You can't just ignore it and hope that we forget about it and move on and then continue to do it quietly for a while and then it'll get out of hand again. You know, you can't do this. We're not repeating this cycle because it is a cycle. I want to know who my mother was. I want to know. I want to know about the DNA. The lab in Mexico. We have a right to know this stuff, guys. It's not fair that you get to know every single thing about your genealogy and we get to know nothing, right? We never will know where our parents were. You've taken all of this from us, right? I mean, look what you have taken from me alone. My eggs, you've made babies, you've made children of mine that are now running around out there that I have no idea about. What I would like to know, I was thinking about this in the bath earlier. What actually is the charge for that? What's the statute? I've never heard of such a thing. I haven't. You know what I'm saying? If we were gonna charge someone with a crime for that, what would the charges even be? Are there laws written yet for this? Or are we charting new territory for you, the CIA? because you want to do experiments on people for free without paying them. There's so many people that would be willing to biopimp for you guys. They do it all the time, right? Healthcare industry does this all the time. So many people are willing to biopimp for you guys. I'm not. You have no consent to touch my body. And I shudder to think how many of the literal, probably hundreds of men have touched my body without my consent. Thanks, CIA. This is what you're doing? And this is why they can't come forward, guys. This is why. They're having parties with me. Yep, the CIA. And it kills me because I'd like to think that maybe one or two of these CIA employees aren't demonic, but they all must be if no one is doing anything about it. You all know. You all just go to work every day and you know. And you just, not my problem. Not happening to me, so not my problem, right? You're protected, right? Maybe we should flip the script. Maybe we should conduct some experiments on you guys and see how you feel. See what you feel like when you wake up in the middle of a field, you know, in downtown St. Pete, and you have no idea what fucking happened, and you're all alone on your fucking back, completely fucking confused, like, what the fuck? And that's just one of many times, as you know. As you know. So yeah, guys, enough's enough. Enough attacking your own. As I mentioned, even my cats, apex predators, okay, don't attack me. What does that make you? What's above an apex predator? A demon. All right. I'm gonna jump off. Esther, I will text you. Or do you want me to just call you? Give me like 15 minutes. And, you know, I don't know. I'm at a loss. You know, I'm at a loss. I'm at a complete and total loss. You know, as to how it got to this point, right? And again, I myself and everyone else I've spoken to is absolutely willing to sit down with you guys and have a conversation, right? About what happened, why, who, you know, who we are, our real names, where are our parents, our mothers, right? All of this, right? We would love to do that with you guys. We will not hold grudges, you know? We understand more than anybody that these old men, your dads, your grandfathers, right? We're cracking cops, okay? We know that. We know that. So we get it, okay? But continuing to do this, continuing to send stalkers, continuing to murder people, continuing to have people incarcerated completely unfairly and unjustly, completely, is evil. Is evil. And that is where we don't have understanding. You know, that when you do nothing to fix this, you do nothing and just let this happen, you know, that's where we lose the understanding, right? And that's where society is going to lose the understanding. There are world leaders. Every world leader is going to know about this. And the fact that you did nothing to make it right. How's that going to look for you? You're going to get shut down. Every world leader is going to know. And they're going to know that we knew what you were doing, and it became a cat and mouse game between us. And not just me. A hunt. A trophy hunt. So yeah. You should make it right. That would probably be the right thing to do. Jumping off now, guys. Talk to you soon.